episode of the Always Chillin' Podcast. Keenan Dean the Sandman here in the barbershop. It's been a little while. I was feeling bad last weekend, so we didn't record one. We did one with a guest, Chris, which was pretty good. He was a cool dude. We'll have to have him back on, but
Definitely.
Our guest cam didn't work, so it's like I just upload an episode where it's just me and Damon like staring at somebody. I mean, I still could. I probably still will because it was good, but I might save it.
Man,
But
keep it for
yeah,
the
anyway, we're
archives.
back. It's been a weird
We
few
back
weeks
in
anyways. Yeah. We haven't had a chance to talk about my vacation.
Disney
Yeah.
Land or World.
Yeah, I went to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But that was only one day. We were there for 5 days. We were chilling mostly.
You only went to Disney one day.
Yeah. Which
How-
is really all you need. We were worried that it wasn't gonna be enough, but you fly through that. Especially when you don't have kids, man. Like I had the like lightning lane and shit, so we didn't have to wait in line.
The super pass, so you can
Yeah.
just skip everybody.
Yeah, so we were done. Like we had enough time to go back to the hotel and take like a 3-hour nap and come back because that place is open till midnight anyway.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn. No shit. Never been.
yeah, you can be on fucking the teacups at fucking 11:30 at night,
Damn.
spinning around in the dark.
So is it?
It's fucking dark when it gets like they don't keep that place well lit.
Damn.
Oh no, it's fucking dark.
So, and I don't know if I asked you that or not. Is it as sketchy as people say? Did you see anything sketchy?
No, I mean I didn't see anything sketchy.
Nothing sketchy. I mean, shit. What are the stories? There's people, that died on rides, employees and shit. There's always stories of ghosts being on the teacup ride. and all
No,
that
they're
shit.
they're really good at keeping everybody in check.
What do you mean?
Like it's
Not
a really
letting you
it's like
veer
a,
off path.
right. Yeah, it's like a really curated experience. Like you only see what Disney wants you to see.
See, and that's where I'm.
Which not that I think there's like a shady underbelly or something.
It's nothing
It's
back
just
there.
like-
Stay your ass over here.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like you don't got to be back there.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's like an illusion, because everybody's in character. Like you went to the Star Wars land and everyone's like instead of like the food, like, oh, that's 20 credits instead of $20, because Star Wars they call money credits.
So it's themed to whatever it
Yeah,
is.
and then and everybody's in character. And there's-
How long did it take you to get through it? Like, is it huge?
I mean, it's pretty big. We walked like fucking 15 miles or some crazy shit that day.
Just through the park.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we walked like a mile to get there in the first place from the hotel. And then every time we went back and forth, we Ubered after that. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, man. It was a good time. Yeah, we landed in Santa Ana. Went to Target like immediately.
Target immediately.
Girls love Target, man.
Yeah, they do.
They fucking love going to Target. As soon as
That's-
we landed in California, it's like, well, where's Target?
Where's Target?
Well, you know what we did first because it's legal in California. so
Righteous.
everything I'm about to say is on the up and up and is in California.
Cali's weird with it though.
Yeah, it was weird. I
Cali's
told you
really-
about it already, but it's like it's legal recreationally, but in Anaheim especially, because I have to assume it has something to do with Disney being there. But in Anaheim, it's legal, but they don't issue permits for businesses to open to sell it.
Really?
Like inside of any of the city limits. Santa Ana is the only city in Orange County where you're allowed to have dispensaries, I guess.
It's kind of
You're allowed to
like
smoke.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah, you're allowed to smoke everywhere, but they just don't. They're just really they don't give out the business licenses to.
Don't go try to open a dispensary there.
Yeah,
Wow, interesting.
yeah. So but the dispensary we went to in Santa Ana was fucking cool. It was like a luxury experience, man.
Well, Santa Ana.
Yeah, it was nice.
You ain't going down into the basement.
It was nice. Yeah, you went into this nice building and they scanned your ID and stuff, and it was like the first time we went, we had to go twice, but the first time we went, it was actually we had to re-up a couple times, and a couple of the times were fucking weird, but these ones were cool. And like they scan your ID, and when it's your first time, they give you like 20% off.
Oh no shit. That's
yeah,
a deal.
So
Okay.
so we went fucking bonkers in there.
You might get me back.
Yeah, and then I sent you a picture of that diamond infused shit, and dude, they were like mini joints, and we were splitting them, and we were sitting out, we were getting like 3 hits each off of them, and we were
And that was it. Yeah, well, there was a reason. Yeah,
we're walking around the hotel like, because the hotel had a bunch of like shops and like gift shops. And
Right.
They sold snacks and stuff, dude. We were in there like 3 or 4 times, just shopping for chips.
little
and whatever
mini
the
joints.
fuck.
You're like, man, go ahead,
Yeah,
just smoke it.
spin
Just
spending like
Smoke it, you'll be
$80
all
on
right.
chips, and then we had a bunch of edibles too. So it was like constantly like I was driving everywhere, so I wasn't taking quite as many edibles with my wife. Just every time we walk past the edible container, practically, she's like, "Bop."
Edibles with me, man, they're
Yeah, they're kind of hit and miss.
They're
really.
50-50 with me. And I don't know, it's because the altitude in Colorado, or maybe it was more the altitude. I don't know. With edibles, man, I don't have a good story to tell you with edibles.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't. Now the tincture, what I was telling you about, now that shit,
yeah,
that's a different level of the game right there.
yeah, and that might be what this diamond infused.
Yeah.
That might be what that was.
Maybe it had a tincture.
Yeah, dude,
on
we
it.
drove like the first time we needed to re-up on some stuff. We drove around everywhere, and we were Googling dispensaries, and everyone we went to, it would take us to like a closed down building and shit.
No shit.
Yeah, man, and we're like, what the fuck? And then we finally we see one that's just like a smoke shop, and I'm like, it's probably just like a vape shop though. I don't like, it doesn't say anything about weed or whatever. And my wife's like, let's go check. So we go in there and check, and there's this dude. This is in Fullerton. There's this dude sitting behind the counter, and he's like, he's bald and he's tattooed up here. He's a Mexican dude, like super duper cholo. And he looks at us. He's like, "You here for weed or wax?" And I was like, it took me a second to even figure out what he was even asking me. I'm like, "Weed or wax? What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Weed." And he's like, back there to the right. We're like, okay. And we go back there to the right into this other room, and there's these two girls working behind the counter, and they're just sitting there smoking. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that in a dispensary. Like, you're not allowed to just be sitting there. They both have.
I've never seen it.
They both had big ass blunts lit, and they're just sitting back there like, and there's no prices on anything. And I'm like, man, we're about to get fucked.
Okay, did they have a display? Or did you just have to say, "Yo, I want some"?
No, they had a display.
Okay.
So we got to point at it and stuff, but there's no prices.
So not all the way sketchy.
There's no prices on anything. So I'm like, man, we're about to get fucked real bad. Like, they're about, like, whatever. I didn't care that much. But then, so we picked some stuff out, and it actually wasn't that bad. They're like, it's like $120 or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I try to hand them my card. I'm like, yo, you take Apple Pay or whatever. They're like, cash only. I'm like, it's fucking weird that it's cash only. And they're like, but we got an ATM right around the corner. And I'm like, yeah, an ATM that's going to charge me $4.
Right.
And it was. Of course it was. So they're sitting there double dipping, getting money on everybody on the ATM. And then they have and then I find out later, I'm like, why the fuck was it so hard to get weed? And then I'm Googling it, and then I find out that had to have been a sketchy operation, because it's like, you're not allowed to have a dispensary in those cities. So we did just, like, they do just be having, like, just back room. You just walk in there, and they're like, weed or wax? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about?
And I'm going to go to my criminal mind. I mean, I'm in a state that's legal, and there's thousands, maybe even millions of fucking dispensaries. Man, I can, who's to say I can't, if I can get it.
Yeah.
If I can get the amounts that I need, fuck, I'll open my shit up in my garage and come on through. I'm sure that's what you ran into.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
at the time, we're just like, man, like, and it wasn't that bad. Like, I've been in
worse,
sketchier places than that.
Right.
And it's like, I don't
mind
mind
the door.
somebody,
They gonna have your ass.
Like, I don't mind somebody just making their money and all that. Like, and it was convenient for me because I didn't have to drive all the way back to Santa Ana, so it was cool. Like, I'm not knocking it at all. It's just like, we walked out of there, and I was like, something about that felt kind of sketchy.
That was a transaction.
Yeah, like,
that wasn't a purchase.
Yeah, I was like, something about that wasn't right. Like,
and give me no receipts.
Like, I don't feel like we should tell people we got this from there.
I mean, who's the fuck? I mean,
yeah,
shit.
just something about it just felt kind of weird. And then I was Googling it later, and I was like, yeah, that was fucking.
If we can do square business, dog, next time I come back to Disney World, we good.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with it.
We good.
Like, I don't care. But yeah, it was just, I'm like, I guess anywhere that says smoke shop, you might as well give it a try.
Go ahead and check it out.
Pretty much. Because dispensaries, yeah, man, actually super duper hard to come by.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get it misconstrued in Cali, man. Like,
yeah.
And even in Colorado, I mean, it ain't like you can just walk down the street and smoke a joint. It's not. It's not. They kind of treat it like alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a real dispensary. You come, like, you go to the drugstore, you come get your shit, you fucking go home, and smoke your shit. But Cali's always.
You do kind of get to smoke it wherever.
Out in Cali.
Yeah, they don't really care.
Yeah, it's probably
At the dispensary,
more.
we're like, so what are the rules or whatever? And they're like, just pretty much just don't bug anybody. Just like, if it's a smoking area, like don't try to smoke in an area that's non-smoking anyway. But
Right.
if it says you can smoke, it pretty much means you can smoke.
You
weed.
smoke. You smoke.
Yeah. So there's like a smoking area outside the hotel, and every time we wanted to smoke, we just walked outside and.
The marijuana culture, I mean, some will give it to Wiz, you know, depending on what generation you came from. Some will say Snoop. I'm going to go back to Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was always, they were always in California. So I've always associated the marijuana culture with California. Probably since
it's
the 60s.
been legal there for a long time.
Yeah, probably since the 60s, where even before, what's it, Uber and DoorDash and all that shit, you know what I mean? When I was in Cali them years ago, that's how you was getting a lot of your weed, motherfucker. Even though it was illegal for them to do, you could Uber fucking lift some fucking weed back in late 90s out in Cali.
Yeah,
they called them head shops, though.
Yeah, they've been ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
on
they've
that.
been way ahead of the curve. Way
it's
ahead
really,
of the curve.
really hard to find a dispensary when you need one. But yeah, so we landed, went to Target. After Target, we want to find somewhere to eat. So we found this like Hawaiian barbecue place.
Word.
Which is pretty good. It's like it looked like it was like family owned, kind of local, small place. So we go in there and we get like, it was like a katsu and then some kind of like Hawaiian, like Korean barbecue thing. I don't know if it was just this place or if Hawaiian food and Korean food are really similar. But this place had a lot of like Korean food, but then there was like pineapples in it. And I don't know if that is Hawaiian food or if that's just what this place made.
I would have thought more Philippine or even Japanese.
So I don't know anything about it, but we got some. It was Hawaiian. They said it was a Hawaiian place. We got some katsu and some like it was like
katsu. What's that?
It's like breaded chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like fried chicken kind of. It's fried in like breadcrumbs and stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty good. And then like barbecue Korean ribs and stuff, and then and then the lady behind the counter is like, oh, that's like $45 or whatever. And I'm like, damn, dude, like, this is the first place we went. So I'm like, is everything going to be like this? Like, fuck, this place is going to be so expensive. Like, I'm kind of pissed already. Yeah, well, and then the food comes out, dude, and they brought it out in to-go containers. And it's like, they brought it out in a to-go container because you're not eating it. You're just not. And they had to, like, it was like held closed with rubber bands. Like, the to-go container was like exploding.
So you did get what you paid for.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got our money's worth.
Okay.
Hard, and we didn't expect it to be like that. So
Okay.
like now we're like, I went from being like we're getting railed on this food to being like, what?
I don't want to carry this shit.
Yeah, like what are we gonna do with all this food?
We on
like,
the
we can't check into the hotel till 4, and it's like hey, we have all this food now, and I like the hotel didn't even have a microwave or anything, so like
on purpose.
yeah, so.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest fucking pet peeves on
Yeah.
going on vacation.
Well, I get it,
I don't
just
want to get
'cause,
stuck
like-
carrying all this fucking shit, man.
Well, and it's like the hotel doesn't want you to have a microwave because motherfuckers would be like microwaving tinfoil and forks and shit and starting fires like probably every day.
Microwaving trout and carp
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh yeah, that too. That too. So
They want you to buy that.
but yeah, so I was
$6
like, fuck,
bottle of
everything's
water.
Everything's gonna be super expensive, but it wasn't actually that bad. Gas was way more expensive.
Really?
Yeah, but, like, All the normal stuff was pretty comparable, man. Yeah, and then we were in Anaheim, and there's like hella restaurants, and we were right next to this mall, and dude, we were just driving around trying to locate shit for the whole first day. You know, we were just driving around in circles trying to find this mall, and it ended up being like right down the street from our hotel. Like we could walk there and shit. So it was cool, man. Yeah, they had there was like a vendor night there one night. Went to Bubba Gump Shrimp.
bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, we hit Bubba Gump Shrimp. Anytime there's a
I think
place
there's a
with the
bubblegum shrimp about everywhere.
yeah, we hit it.
Yeah,
We like it.
bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, we like Bubba Gump Shrimp, man.
Never tasted shrimp.
Yeah, there's a bunch of restaurants and stores. And we did a lot of shopping. It was my wife's birthday, so.
Oh, that was the whole reason to
let
go.
us shop. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah, let us shop. Went to Disney, which we'll circle back to. After Disney, day after Disney was her birthday. That was my favorite day. We were there, man. We had a good time.
That's what it's
we
about.
Had we had a really, really good time. We went down to that day. We went down to the beach. Went to Fashion Island in Newport Beach, which is it's just like a fancy mall.
Fashion. Oh, that's the name of the mall. Fashion Island.
Fashion Island. It's
Oh.
got a bunch of stores I never heard of. Like
Oh.
I'm too broke to be in here. You're like, the stores had like It was like the Macy's or something had like a bar inside of it where you could sit and drink at or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm like, I've never seen no
That's
shit.
bougie.
Never seen no shit like that. There's like a koi pond outside.
Get a scotch
Everything,
while you try on dresses and shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but we tried to buy some shit and there was like we couldn't find an employee to check us out. We were just walking around like, can anybody take our money? And then nobody would, so we just set it down and walked out. Like, I guess they don't want your money that bad, but yeah. So we went to Fashion Island, and we hit the then we went and hit the actual beach, Balboa Peninsula.
Balboa Peninsula.
Yeah. Walked out to the pier. We don't really. My wife doesn't really want to like get in the ocean or fuck with it, but she does want to look at it.
She don't want to get in it or fuck with it at all.
Fuck with it that much.
Hey.
Yeah, but she does want to look at it, so we took her to the pier because I know she's gonna like that.
Okay.
She did. It's cool. And then we had some time to kill, so we were walking around. We were waiting for a sushi place to open because we wanted to get some sushi, like they catch it and then they come give it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably get some good,
some
ass
real
sushi
fresh
on the
sushi.
West Coast. Yeah.
So we had some time to kill, so we just went shopping. So I got this hat. This hat, fucking. We got it back to the hotel and we realized it had the security tag on it still. So I'm trying to. Like, I'm on Google, like, how to get the security tag off. I'm like, all this shit. Like, I swear I didn't steal this. How do I get this off? Type shit. But I just broke it off, dude.
Like, just break them shits off.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I just sat there and yanked on it until it fucking snapped.
I used to know a bunch of boosters back in the day, man.
Yeah.
They would have the tools and shit. I'm like, how the fuck did you get that? How the fuck did you get that? Yeah, any other time. You just crack that shit off. Unless it has the paint pack in it.
Yeah, this is my new favorite hat. So we shopped for a little bit. We spent a lot of money, but that was the point.
That was the point.
I knew we were going to spend a lot of money, and I'm glad we did.
That's the point. That's the point. If you come back from vacation with some change, then you didn't really vacation.
Yeah, and then the sushi place opened, so we're like, oh, let's go. And it's one of those places like the thing we got. It was like the chef special or whatever. It's like where the chef just decides what you get. So we're like, oh yeah, we'll have that, and he just picks like 7 different kinds of sushi to give you. And then they come out like, and dude, this place was Japanese as fuck. Like, I don't know that I've ever had sushi made by an actual Japanese person in Lincoln, Nebraska. But this place was Japanese. Like, you walk in and they like, I mean, they say hi or whatever in Japanese and all that stuff.
I don't know. How many Japanese restaurants?
I
know of one.
There's a ton.
Really?
There's a ton. Yeah.
Well, I don't eat sushi,
but then like, dude, like the waitresses in this place, when they weren't doing something, dude, they'd have like a spot that they were supposed to be posted up at, and they'd just be standing there like. And then when anybody needed something, they would like and take care of it real quick, and then run back to their spot and stand there like.
Oh, traditional.
Yeah, like they're not talking, they're not doing shit. Like if they're not refilling somebody's drink or bringing somebody's food or something, they're just standing off to the side.
Traditional.
Like at attention. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
How were they dressed traditional?
I mean, they were in like button ups and pants. It wasn't like, it was a nice place. It was super nice. And honestly, it wasn't even that expensive. I was expecting to pay way more for that, but yeah, we got we got some fresh crab, bunch of fresh fish. It was good, dude. It was so.
And that shit's really, not cooked. Sushi's not cooked, right? Or is that a myth?
I don't think so.
None of it. No,
it's like cold and
nothing warm.
Yeah. Mm-mm. It's good, man. It was really, really good. That was the best shit I've had. Best sushi I've ever had, for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was fresh out the
shit
the
looks
ocean,
fly.
man.
The shit looks fly, but I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah. So we ate some sushi. We walked over to it was like a homemade ice cream place.
Oh, where they do it right there.
Yeah.
On the coast,
They didn't see him doing it, but it was really good. Got some cookie dough ice cream. We both got an ice cream cone.
You don't see them.
Walked over to the beach eating an ice cream cone. It was beautiful, man.
No infused restaurants at all. Did you guys see any of those? Like
marijuana we didn't look that hard just because it was so hard to find a dispensary
where you were at. Right.
Like I kind of gave up on that shit.
And I'm assuming that's because of the park.
Yeah, I mean in Anaheim probably.
I mean
for sure.
Everything's probably Disney themed there. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, and like every place is selling like knockoff Disney shit.
Yeah. Got to protect that image.
Yeah, everybody's there for Disney. But yeah, I mean, Disney was really cool. It was like, I don't know, it's kind of surreal to be there.
It seems last time you've been back.
It's like a different place. When it was the last time I was in California? I don't know. I don't really remember what year it was. My mom went to California for some work thing, and she took me and my grandma with her. Spent a couple days in San Diego. That was the last time I was back there, but I don't really remember when that. I don't really remember when that was. Yeah. Anyway, it was cool, man. It was cool. Disney's cool. I bought a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I showed you that shit.
I want one of them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, it's cool, dude.
Even though I was
cool.
never really a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And I only say
Lightsabers
that
are just
because
iconic, man.
I was born the year it came out. So
Oh yeah.
by the time I remember even watching Star Wars, it had probably already been 6 or 7 years old already.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something new for me at the time. I don't think I've ever watched a full Star Wars movie from front to back ever.
Really?
Yeah,
they're good, man. I like them. They're long.
That was with it.
You gotta buckle up for those.
Yeah, I just never got the chance to get into it.
It's cool,
Star
man.
Trek though, I watched
Star
that shit.
Trek, yeah. My grandma likes Star Trek a
Yeah, I
lot.
fuck with Star Trek,
Star
man.
Trek.
Captain Kirk, the only motherfucker still alive in that whole fucking crew, man.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, 100 years old,
Yeah,
damn near.
he is. Shit. Yeah, took my wife on her first roller coaster, dude. She's like, just laughing with pure joy, man.
She took it, huh? Like a champion.
Yeah, man, it was good shit. We had a lot of fun, dude. For real, it was really, really fun.
They said the last time I was on a roller coaster, I don't know how old I was. I was little though, but I remember my dad, may he rest in peace. I remember him talking shit to me, like, yeah, man, yeah, you don't be, keep your shit tight, I'm like, all right, okay, I'm trying to be tough and shit for my dad. And we get in the ride, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay, this ain't so bad. And I look over, my dad's green as fuck and loses his shit, bro. And
No
I'm
way.
like, you mother. That was the last time I went on a roller coaster. Like, if my dad lost his shit on that bitch, I'm never going back.
I mean, nothing at Disney is like that bad. Like kids can get on everything at Disney pretty much. Like they let pregnant women on pretty much every ride.
Oh,
at
shit,
Disney.
okay.
I don't know, probably not the roller coasters, but yeah, we went on like the Big Thunder Mountain or whatever, Big Thunder Canyon Railroad or whatever the fuck that one is.
So you ain't gonna get no
We liked it.
no bungee jumping and shit type shit.
No, there was one that we did. There's one that we didn't go on because it had like the Guardians of the Galaxy one. It has like a 130-foot drop, and we were like, eh.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, my wife was trying to talk me into it at the time, and I was like,
oh, she was down.
well, yeah, and we were like,
What's gotten into you?
we had a bunch of edibles at the hotel and stuff, so we're like, I just didn't want to do it. Because we went on one. It was a Star Wars one, and it had like it was pretty crazy actually. Like they have like these like holograms on glass, and it looks like stormtroopers are actually there, and it looks like lasers are actually flying over your head, and there's like holes popping up in the wall that
sensory overload
weren't
already.
there before. So it's like we're on this thing, and it's just like
sensory overload. Yeah, I ain't
and
trying to say
it was fun, dude. And like we're both looking around just like with these big ass smiles on our face, dude. I remember that shit forever. But it like there's this part where it stops, and then the thing like drops for a little bit. You must drop like 20 feet or something, but you don't really know what's gonna happen. But yeah, my wife screamed real fucking bad. It scared the shit out of her, and I was like, well, we already did one like scary drop thing, and it was like kind of freaked us the fuck out a little bit. So I was like, damn, because this thing like it's 130-foot drop. So this ride's in like a huge building. So you're like looking up at it, and I'm like, man, I don't really know if I want to do that. Like I'm chilling now. It's like getting close to the end of the day, and now I'm chilling and I'm tired.
that shit
like,
amp your ass up.
yeah, like I don't know if I want to be that scared or whatever. And she's trying to talk me into it, dude. But later she's like, I'm glad we didn't go on that ride. I'm like, yeah.
That might have been it.
I'm like, yeah.
That might have
too,
ended the
dude.
night right there.
We wanted to go on Space Mountain real bad.
What was that?
It's like one of the more famous ones. It's like one of the first rides. It's like an indoor roller coaster. It's like all in the dark, but there's like a bunch of lights and shit. I think is my understanding of it. We didn't get to see it. That shit broke down like right before. We waited in line for like 45 minutes, and we're like about to get on, and the shit broke down. They come over to the speaker like, oh, the ride's broken, so you can wait if you want to, or you can go do something else. So we're like, yeah,
I probably won't be back to that one.
yeah, we'll fucking go do something else.
What you mean the ride broke, motherfucker?
Yeah, I guess that's like normal shit that happens at Disney though. Like sometimes the rides just break down, and you just got to get off them.
What time did the park open in the morning?
8
to
8 in the morning.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. So
you
we were
on-
there. We were there from 8, probably until like 1. doing like getting like the rides we really wanted to do out of the way and doing some shopping and stuff. That's when I got my lightsaber and like we did some souvenir stuff. Went and got my wife some stuff. And then we went back to the hotel probably from like 1:30 to fucking 5:30, and then we were back at the park from like 6 to probably 10. So it's like, yeah, and that was plenty of time to do all the shit we wanted to do.
When was y'all ready to come back home?
5
days is a long time.
Well, I don't know.
For
it
me,
kind of like
on vacation.
It kind of went back and forth. Like it was kind of like because we left our dogs at home, you know.
Yeah,
so like,
see.
So it was kind of right away, especially for my wife. She's kind of like, I miss my dogs and I'd rather be at home, you know. Kind of like, and like we left for the airport at like 3 a.m. So it's, you know, nobody, you know, we're kind of already like, is going on vacation even worth it, you know, because we're like tired.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning,
yeah,
man.
like, we barely slept and we stayed up the whole night pretty much like getting ready for stuff, and we just took a little nap, and then you wake up from a little nap and it's like even worse.
Yeah.
And we're driving to Omaha just like tired as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, does vacation suck? And we're like, it's kind of stressful because we're worried about the airport and getting on the plane and all that stuff. So it's like the first little bit of vacation is kind of stressful.
Me, I hate fucking driving in the dark. Whether I'm the passenger or in the
Yeah.
backseat or the driver, I hate driving in the dark.
Yeah.
Well, I think we tried to hit the interstate. We was like, you know, we're gonna beat the traffic, the morning traffic. We're gonna get out here. You know, it was like about 6, maybe 7 in the morning. The sun wasn't up yet, bro. I looked over. I'm like, man, is this even worth it? So we fucking stopped and fell asleep for like 2 hours, waited for the sun to come up, and made a decision like, yo, we only in. We can turn around. We went ahead and went though. But leaving that time of day, that time of night, man, after waking up and shit,
Yeah,
like,
it just makes everybody grumpy, and everybody's like not looking forward to the
I
travel.
don't even want to go now.
But I mean, yeah, like we were excited, but but
Yeah.
we're just like, we're not like, she really doesn't like flying either, so she's like not looking forward to the flight, and she's all nervous about it, you know.
See, that's what makes me shiver anymore.
Yeah.
And I think
she gets really worried about turbulence, which I don't blame her. Like it is pretty scary, like the first few times or whatever.
Yeah,
For sure.
and flying on a plane even sketched me out even before 9/11. So that didn't even factor in it. It's just I had one of those experiences.
Mm-hmm. And especially when turbulence gets like really bad.
When it gets
bad. I mean, that scares me still. It sketches me out still. But
And then a lightning storm. Oh man,
Yeah.
that shit had me. I think I cried.
yeah, but once we got to California, dude, we were really glad to be there. And then there was times where we're like, man, I want to go home and cuddle my poochies and stuff. But that's pretty much the extent. And then when it was time to go, like we were both kind of sad that vacation was over, you know. So it was a really good vacation. We came back recharged, feeling good,
That's why you do it.
ready to hit it. Yeah,
That's the whole
we needed
point.
it, man. That was our first like big vacation that we've taken.
Really?
together. Well, yeah, because there was times where like I lived in California and she came to California to visit me or whatever for a couple days, but we haven't really or we'll take like a couple days and go get a cabin in Colorado or something. But that's really, you know, that's not that bad of a drive, and it's just a couple days or whatever. But this is the first like, you know,
Away.
like big planned, super expensive. Like we're planning on like basically spending all the money we spend and having a good time, and like I upgraded our tickets to like the extra leg room tickets and shit. Like we're doing it.
You know what this sounds like to me, bro?
Huh?
That sounds like an accomplishment.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
That's
man.
what
Yeah,
that
that's-
is. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know, there's when you're able to save up, concentrate on this, and plan, and everything go the way it was supposed to go, and you come back cheesing. That was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate. That's a good way to look at it for sure.
That's
yeah.
how I've always. I mean, that was an accomplishment.
I think my wife will appreciate that perspective too. Yeah.
That's definitely what that was.
Yeah, it feels like an accomplishment, and especially because she wanted me to, because it was for her birthday, you know, and she was like, you know, she gets stressed about stuff, so like, she's like, I don't want to stress about anything. Like, I want you to plan it.
I got
like,
this,
just,
baby. I
yeah,
got
just
this.
like, just tell me when to show up at the airport and tell me what we're doing, and then we'll do it or whatever. So I planned the whole thing. Like, I picked the days, I picked what we're doing, I bought the tickets, and I'm like, you don't gotta worry about anything. So she just got to like,
chill.
yeah, just follow me around the airport. I'm just like, just go where I go. Just go where I go and do what I do.
An accomplishment, brother.
And then we're like getting off the plane. It's like, I'll get the bag. Like, you take these bags. I'll get the bags out the overhead. You just get the fuck out of here. and I'll worry about getting our bags at the overhead.
Because I think everybody's seen that couple in the airport that's cussing each other out.
Yeah, I mean, we did. But dude, on the way to Disney, there was this couple who like they're pushing their kid in their stroller, and it's seriously like 7:15 in the morning. And there's like a crowd of people walking to Disney, you know, because everybody wants to get there right at 8. And this couple's just bitching each other.
We've all seen that.
I'm
Right?
like, man,
Y'all on vacation though?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I'm like, you guys are on your way to Disney, man. Like, at least be in a good mood on the way.
It's fucking Disney, man.
You know what one of my favorite parts about Disney was though, is like at the end of the day, seeing all the kids that are like, they're in their dads are carrying them like this, dude, and the kids are just like
Gone.
like they're not holding on or anything. Their arms are just down at
Dead
their side.
weight.
They're totally limp, dude.
That was a hell of a day.
well, yeah, dude. And you look at that kid and you're like, that kid had a really
He
that
will
kid had a
remember this, or
good
she will
fucking
remember
day,
this for the
dude.
rest of their lives. It's
Yeah.
Disney.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember those days. I remember that, like, yeah, this kid spent everything he had
Yeah,
today.
That kid is
All
that kid
energy
is
is
tired.
depleted from this child. He may sleep for 2 days after this.
yeah. So that's kind of fun. We were walking out to our Uber and there's like a bunch of parents carrying their slumped kids.
Yeah, that's a beautiful scene.
Yeah, it is pretty.
That's
cool.
a beautiful
It
scene.
was pretty cool. Yeah, we're not even like, we weren't even really like Disney, but we're not that into Disney. It's not like we're Disney. Like I like Star Wars, but I like Star Wars before it was a Disney thing.
What made you pick Disney?
It's just like, it just seemed like a big thing to do, you know, like, because we both had kind of like talked about how it would be kind of exciting. And like, honestly, I wanted a lightsaber pretty bad. Like straight up, like I had been,
the real shit.
yeah, like I had been looking at, because I was going to buy one online. Like my wife thinks I picked Disney just to get a lightsaber because I had been watching a bunch of lightsaber like reviews and stuff on YouTube, trying to figure out like what's the best lightsaber to buy and all that shit. So my wife's like, "Oh, you only picked Disney because you wanted a lightsaber." Or no, she thinks that I picked Disney and then that's why I was watching lightsaber stuff. But it was the opposite. I was watching lightsaber stuff and then thinking about that made me pick Disney.
Okay.
Because we had both kind of mentioned that it would be something fun to do and it would probably be fun to do before you had kids. And we had both never been before and it just seemed like
Well, it's kind of a.
it just seemed like a vacation thing to do, you know?
I mean, can we say it's a once in a lifetime deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Not
first,
everybody can go to Disney.
Yeah, and I mean, especially like you don't get to go for the first time,
Right.
Either. So like we do want to go. We want to go to Disney again, but we want to go to like the one in Florida. Like I don't know that there would be much value in going back to the same one again. Once you've kind of seen it and done it, and
Well, what is the difference?
I don't know.
between the two?
I'd have to go see. I think they just have different shit.
Different shit.
Yeah, and some of the shit's the same, but they have different shit too.
The one in Florida, they got the big.
Yeah, that's the one with the
Ball.
big dome. They don't have that one in Anaheim.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, hit
Yeah.
the other one, man. Fuck it. Go to the other one.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. Yeah, she thought that I picked Disney, and then I started looking at lightsaber shit. But I was already looking at lightsaber shit because I was gonna buy one online. And then she was like, just plan what I want for my birthday is for you to plan a vacation, you know. And then I was like, where can we go? And then I was like, oh, I could get a lightsaber. And then I was like, that's actually not a bad
Just
idea.
happened to be there.
That's like, it's not a bad idea at all.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, so Disney it just seems like a big vacation thing to do, especially for like our first vacation. And I never really like, even when I was a kid, like we would go on vacation to like, we would drive up to Wisconsin and stay with my aunt for like a month or whatever. But when I was a kid, like even I've never really been on like we're gonna fly across the country and stay in a hotel for 5 days and eat at expensive restaurants and do whatever we want to do. Like I've never really done that, and neither had she. So it just seemed like a good first vacation for both of us.
A little bit of baller status, dog. Pop your collar on that, man.
Yeah.
Pop your collar on
Yeah.
that.
Well, and it's not even like we went on a cheap day and stuff because
No.
there's
Not
tickets
at
where
all.
there's
Hell
tickets
no.
where there's cheap days,
No.
and we weren't flying first class, but we were economy plus, baby. Yeah. So we're getting there, first class next time.
Why the fuck not?
That's what I told my wife.
Why the fuck
like,
not?
Next time we're flying first class.
Like we went on vacation, man, and we stayed at the tippy top.
Yeah.
Damn near a penthouse, man. We got passes to the bar, man. I'm sitting in here with fucking comedians and motherfuckers, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man,
I'm
it's good
dressed
to-
apart, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is the fucking shit.
It's good to treat yourself.
It's
like
good to
that,
treat
man.
yourself.
Yeah.
Good to treat yourself.
Yeah. So Disney was like the only plan we had when we went down there. Other than that, it was like we were just figuring out what to do we went and saw a 4D movie. We're like in this chair that's like when the movie's doing shit. You're like, dude, you're like getting tossed around. Dude,
In
like,
Disney, that was in the
no,
park?
no, no, no. It was just
No?
like it was just a movie that we just went and saw Blue
Like
Beetle.
a regular movie theater?
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah. You're just in these chairs. And it's like it was a superhero movie. So like when there's like explosions and shit, dude. It's seriously like if you're holding popcorn, it's like
No
shit's
shit.
going everywhere probably.
Damn, why we got one of them here?
Yeah, it's cool, man. And this one didn't have all this shit, and it's kind of why we wanted to go. But like the really cool ones, they have like when it's raining in the movie, they like sprinkle water on you and shit.
What?
And if it's smoky in the movie, like smoke comes out of the seat in front of you, and
Why
like
we got one of them?
it has like smell-o-vision. Like if they're making coffee in the movie, you can smell coffee. Yeah, dude.
No shit.
Yeah, man. It seems pretty cool. So we thought this one was gonna have all that, but all it really had was the moving seat thing, which was kind of cool too.
Still.
Like that's still, it was kind of a lot though. Like I would only want to do that every month. Like I kind of got out of there like my fucking back hurts.
Yeah, yeah. It would tear your ass up eventually.
Yeah, like I don't want to watch every movie like that. And it started in the like it doesn't really warn you it's gonna happen either. Like it started in the trailers. Like it started showing the trailers, and the seats are just like. And we're like Jesus. Fuck.
In Cali. You're like, motherfucking earthquake, motherfucker. Didn't we just have an earthquake last week? What the fuck? Ah, shit, y'all fucking motherfuckers up with that shit, man. You gotta make sure. Man, that would have fucked with me.
Yeah, we went to like I just Googled like 4D movie, but we went to like
4D movie.
I was the only white dude in there, and she was the only Mexican person in there. It was everybody in there was Asian.
Word.
Yeah,
Culture shock like a motherfucker.
yeah,
But it was cool though. Y'all
yeah.
was
Like
cool.
yeah, well, nobody cared, and I didn't care. But it was like when I was buying the tickets, it was like there was tickets that said Korean subtitles, and I was like,
Wow.
I was like weird that. I was like, why are they selling tickets for movies with Korean subtitles? And it's like, well, because there's a lot of Korean people. I guess we
Wow.
were in like,
So nobody looked at y'all crazy or
no,
anything.
man, no.
Because when you think of, or at least when I think of interracial couples, I don't think of California.
Yeah,
Even in Colorado, me and my wife go to Colorado from both groups. Probably all, not like a hateful look, but like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like, whoa. Went down to San Antonio, man, and it just totally blew my mind because it was white on black, black on brown, brown on white. It was everything, and I'm like, damn. I don't look at Texas like San Antonio as the deep South, but I couldn't. It just totally blew my mind by the interracial couples and down there. It just blew my mind. But California is not one I ever really think of when it
Nothing like
come
that.
to interracial.
Nothing like that. We went to this gift shop, and the owner is like, she's like an Indian lady. She's asking where we were from and stuff, and my wife tells her we're from Nebraska, and she's like, oh, I heard all they have there is a football team, and we're like, yeah, and she's like, and I heard even they're not very good.
Oh my
It's like-
God! Way out there, huh?
Yeah, just
Damn.
some random Indian lady in California
Damn.
flaming me
Yeah, she did.
for no reason.
I heard they ain't even no good. Damn.
Like, first of all, there is stuff to do.
There
And
is
second
stuff
of
to
all,
do.
we aren't that good.
I
She's
don't
right.
ride horses.
She's right about that.
We ain't got buggies and shit right now.
She's right about that we're not good at football.
Yeah,
part.
we're not. Man.
But that game yesterday wasn't too bad. I guess we'll just transition into the football part of this now.
I mean,
That game yesterday was pretty good. My man, dude. Heinrich, man, even if he doesn't get the starting job, I feel so happy for him he was like a hero in Memorial Stadium.
can we rewind it back to the Colorado game though, where Rule had a chance to put the kid in?
Yeah.
Like I said, it would have
I
been
don't-
so sweet to let him
It would have been cool.
maybe fight back.
It would have been cool, but I don't
'Cause
I don't know
at that
that-
time we were still there.
Yeah, I like if Jeff Sims played yesterday, I think it pretty much would have been the same. You know what I mean?
I said the same thing.
And I think if Heinrich
I
would have
mean-
played at Colorado, I think the same thing would have happened probably.
You think?
Yeah, I mean they would have fumbled less or whatever, but like other shit would have happened. You know, like they would have stopped us on fourth down or whatever.
We did
like,
have some stupid.
like
ass
we
penalties,
wouldn't.
too.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be penalties or whatever. It would just been like instead of fumbling the snap, we just wouldn't have got the first down or something. And then like
We don't have the wide receiver personnel.
yeah,
Like they can't separate.
yeah, that's kind of
There's just no separation. And maybe that was Sims, other than the fumbling, just didn't have. just
well
didn't-
in his press conferences. I think he kind of has to say this, but Matt Rule's like, he's like, there's been a lot of stuff that you guys are blaming Jeff for that wasn't Jeff's fault.
Right. Wide receivers can't get any separation.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, in one of those interceptions, like Billy Kemp, he's really fast and shifty and stuff. But one of those interceptions, like if he was just taller, he would have caught the ball.
Would have got that. If he was able to high point, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like it went like right over his hands.
And that DB, I think they said he was 6'2".
Yeah, like
So-
if he just was taller.
Just that's where the inches matter.
Yeah, like
right
it was a
there.
good throw. Like the throw
right
was
on
good.
the money. It's just
And if he was a normal sized receiver,
yeah, we ain't got the wide receiver
yeah, he just
personnel,
kinda-
and I want to put my fandom to the side. Like I'm a fan of Primes, just like everybody else is. I've been a fan of Prime since 1987.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about him too.
And the difference between him and Rule is Deion's for the now, where Rule's kind of looking down the road.
Well, and Deion's the only one that could do that. Like
He has to be for the now.
Like Matt Rule couldn't have been like, "Hey, everybody, transfer here." Like nobody gives a fuck about
We don't
transferring
know
to play
you.
for Matt Rule. Yeah,
Right.
like people want to play. He's a Hall of Fame. Like you mess up on a play, and you literally will have a Hall of Fame NFL player
In your
giving you
face.
advice. I mean, not even in your face. And the way he is with the kids, like he was kind of bugging me for a second. I'm glad you brought him up because I've seen some interesting stuff that's kind of changed my perspective a little bit because he was kind of bugging me for a little while, but then I realized that's not his fault.
Mm-mm.
It's not his fault at all. And like people are like, "Oh, Colorado's overhyped, whatever." He's not doing it. They asked him if Colorado's a national championship contender. He said no. So he's not hyping it. And then I saw this I'm on Bleacher Report for all my news. Use Bleacher Report. And they have the communities thing where people are like commenting on the games and shit as
I
they
listen
go.
in.
Yeah, and someone was talking about, "Oh, I'm so tired of how overhyped Colorado is." And someone replied to them and they were like, "I don't think Colorado is overhyped. I think people are just interested."
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, that's totally what it is.
Yeah.
That's totally what it is.
It's man.
And it's like it's not Deion's fault or Travis Hunter's fault or whatever that I'm tired of hearing about him.
Mm-mm. No.
And like all they're doing, like Deion, like by all accounts and as far as I can see, seems like an awesome, super positive, like really good dude. So like I want him
did it all the right way.
Yeah, like him succeeding shouldn't bother anybody. Like
Two-sport athlete at high levels.
Like I don't want to hate him. I don't want to hate on him just to hate on him. I mean, I'll hate on him because he coaches at Colorado.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's what it is. Like I'm Scarlet and Cream all day, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not gonna go start clapping for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, like I think
now.
it'll be funny if Colorado loses a lot of games.
You know what I'm saying?
But like he's doing a great job, and his kid Shadur, like he's a really legit quarterback.
Hey man, and I watched the game with a couple of the homies, and and I, like I said, I try to. Not that I'm a sports commentator or anything, but I try to take that approach without being a fan, without being a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, I think Deion Sanders got himself drafted.
Yeah.
And I really do. I really think that.
Yeah, he's and like it's on this show. I've been saying like, well, I don't know if the talent different because he's been playing at HBCUs, and I don't know if he's used to playing with.
There is a contrasting
Division
difference in
I talent. Or
we
whatever.
can say that.
But I mean, he's still doing it. Like
he's still doing it.
Like he's still
doing it.
He's still playing. He tore Nebraska up real bad. He tore TCU up. He tore Colorado State up. Like he put like last night in that drive before overtime that took him to overtime. He went fucking 98 yards.
That was all him.
Yeah,
that was all him.
He put the team on his back. It was good.
And I compared that to the 98-yard crouch run.
It was good. Yeah, so
that was that same kind of drive right there.
Like so I was doubtful, but like I'm not anymore. Like Shadur's good.
Not doubtful at all.
Shadur's good and Deion's good and
we're going to see Shadur in the NFL.
And I think Colorado's okay. Like I don't think they're
okay. Well, let's put the brakes on.
Yeah.
You brought it up. TCU they were what, ranked 91st defense in the nation out of 117 D1 schools.
Yeah.
Then we go.
I mean, Colorado State's 0-2
in the Mountain West. I mean, who they rocking? Yeah. Nobody.
And Nebraska, not that good. And we were
not that good.
We were in control of that game.
You probably should have did what you did to us.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that.
Yeah, it took too long for them to get to where it should be.
Too long.
Like we were like it felt like Nebraska was in control of that game for a pretty long time.
A long time. Even when we were down,
Right.
we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot.
If the offense could have just scored a few times, like that would have been a really different game.
Now we got, I don't know who they got. The Ducks coming up next.
Yeah, next week.
It's
gonna be tough, but like if they,
man, you got a full Pac-12 schedule to play now, bro.
Yeah,
you
they
could not win another game, possibly.
Yeah, they
not win another game.
Go out and beat Oregon. Yeah.
Then I'll maybe start believing it.
Yeah. It's kind of like
what do you say? Do you believe now? No, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that they're good.
You're good. You're good. But
Yeah.
this Pac-12 schedule is going to tell us the truth.
Yeah, it's players like that though, man. Like we're one Shedeur Sanders away from being like a pretty good fucking football team, I think.
A Shedeur and a Shiloh on defense. Let's not.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude kept him in the game. If we
Well,
had maybe one of those on defense,
I feel like the defense, the
Or
dudes,
just-
the dudes we have, man, like that defense is good.
better
That
than
defense
I've
is
seen
good.
in
I don't
a
think the defense needs any help. The
long
offense needs. If the offense had like just two like elite type.
time. And when your offense puts your defense in bad situations.
Yeah. Well, even yesterday, the offensive line gets blown up, and then they fumble the ball, and they have it at the 3, but they still only got a field goal. That's good, man. That's
they
good.
should have punched that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
That
mean,
should have been money.
Yeah, I mean, any other time that's one run and it's a touchdown, and we gave up 7, and we're fucking tied in that game or whatever, pissed off. I mean, it took the offense a little while to get going yesterday too, but
Something I couldn't believe, and I know they said it last week, but let's talk about Harburg, man. That first in-state player in over 20 years. That kind of pisses me off.
First in-state quarterback, yeah.
That kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like, bro, and again, like I said, I watched the game with a bunch of the homies, and a couple of them ain't from here.
Well, that's what everybody wants to see, man. Like,
and people don't know, like, our championship teams, we might have had some Cali guys here, some Florida guys here, but the majority, the nucleus of those championship teams were homeboys. Omaha, Cozad, Grand Island, Hastings.
No, and Harburg's exactly, and I mean, me included, what everybody wants to see. Like,
that's a throwback.
Like he wasn't the starter. He worked hard. Remember when Mark Whipple was talking about Mark Whipple and Mickey Joseph? Literally, they laughed about the thought of playing him, and he stayed and he worked hard, and then he started a game, and he was like, he was the hero, man. He played his ass off. He played really, really good, especially for his first start. Like,
and I'm all about, like, I'm a firm believer in
cool.
a guy cannot lose his position, should not lose his position due to injury.
Well, it wouldn't be due to fucking turning the ball over.
I mean, come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dude coughed the ball up 4 times.
But he hasn't had a home game yet either. But it's also like, I want to see the Nebraska kid more than, like, Jeff Sims is like, it's like a mercenary. Like, they got a bunch of money together, like Acres and Amigos, and they offered it to him
to get him here.
And then he came here to be the quarterback for this year. For, like, it just doesn't feel as good, you know? Like, he doesn't feel as connected, like, and I'm sure he's a good guy and he plays hard, and like
Looks like a great kid.
He's made some really, really good plays. It's just like, I don't know, like, I want to see the kid that probably grew up like I guarantee Heinrich like dreamt about, like, he used to play in his yard pretending he was in Memorial Stadium.
Man, we all had that little plastic helmet. You know what I mean? We all had the uniform we got for Christmas.
Yeah, dude,
that
had to have just been crazy. And when they do the starting lineup on the big screen, you know, and they saved the quarterback for last, and like I'm sitting there like,
what was that like?
I'm sitting there like, it's the only one I want to know. You know, like, you would think it would be first, but they did it last. And then it's like, oh, at quarterback, and then dude, Heinrich pops up on the screen. Dude, the place went fucking nuts about it.
That like,
yeah, the place went nuts, and then he comes out on the field. The place is clapping for him, and he scores on his first drive. It's like
kid got money.
Throws
yesterday.
a cool like sidearm touchdown pass to Billy Kemp.
Kid got money.
Yeah, it was good.
Kind of reminded me, and I'm like, man, that dude looks like Behringer out there.
And
man.
I mean, he didn't play like amazing. Like, all he did was he just did what he was supposed to.
He managed the game.
He did what he was supposed to do.
He played quarterback.
He did what he was supposed to do, and that's what, like, I don't know if you watched the post game thing, but that's what Matt Rule said. They were like, "What do you think about Heinrich?" And they're like, he was like, he did what he was supposed to do.
Play quarterback.
Yeah, Like he didn't like. I mean, he made some good plays, for sure, but he didn't try to win the game on his own, and he just did what he was supposed to do, and that was it.
I myself, I could have used a couple more scores. What I don't like is this, and I've seen Alabama try. Man, I've watched so much football to where I've seen, and I don't know where it began with, but this conservative style of coaching.
Yeah.
Like I see coaches get to about 21, 24 points, and then they get lackadaisical, and then next thing you know, third, fourth quarter, they lose. Why coaches are looked upon or frowned upon for putting up 50 on a motherfucker, 60, 70 on a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, man, I need, especially teams you're supposed to do it to, and that's how you get your second and your third string guys reps.
Yeah. Well, it's like we haven't had the schedule's hard, man. Like the schedule's hard. Like we don't get to play.
We ain't got the personnel.
We don't
to
get
do
to
that.
Well, and we don't get to play West Lafayette at home for our first game. We have to play Minnesota at their place, and then we have to play like the biggest, most happening shit in college. Like not even college football, in all of sports.
Right now, yeah, and hands down
at their place.
Hands down.
Yeah. So like I don't know, man. I feel like.
But I will say this, man. That was Colorado State.
That was an awesome game.
That was probably one of the greatest games I've seen in a long definitely top 10.
It was an awesome game, but and this isn't like Deion isn't acting like this, but if Colorado is what people on the internet are acting like they are, like Colorado State doesn't do that to them. You know? Like Colorado State doesn't take them to double overtime
if you mean if it's toned down the player wise.
Well, no, I'm saying because everyone on the internet is talking about how Colorado is like they're probably going to the playoffs and whatever.
Slow down.
Well, right. So I'm saying like if Colorado was that, then Colorado State wouldn't have done that to them, you know. But Travis Hunter had to go to the hospital. That fucking kind of sucks. You don't like to see that.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I mean, it didn't look that bad, even full speed. But man, anywhere in that section,
it seemed weird too because I guess. He got hurt, and then he went out for a little bit, and then they put him back in for a little bit.
Because he came back. That's what I was like, man.
And then they took him to the hospital after that.
Only unless, I don't know, chipped a rib and it.
Yeah, I wonder if they won't play him both ways quite as much anymore.
And I said that too. That ain't gonna be able to hold up.
Like he's not gonna be able to play 100.
St. Jackson State,
140 snaps every game.
And I don't know what he weighs, but
like he's
kind of slight.
He's gonna be taking shots like that.
You got DBs back there.
Like LeBron James is on there. Like, and this is what's weird to me too is you have like Odell Beckham Jr. is wearing a Travis Hunter T-shirt, and it just seems like he's a really good athlete and stuff. But it's weird to have these pro athletes like this.
Well, see, that's where the internet.
He's a kid, man.
That's where the internet, ticky-tock and all that. That's where
he's a kid, dude. He's 18.
Don't hype him up.
He's 18. He's 18, and these grown men are like worshiping.
Don't be hyping that kid up like that. Yeah, I feel you. Don't be hyping that kid up like that.
Yeah, like it's not. It just can't be good for him. It just
can't be good for him. Well, this is where like Deion's changing the culture, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, he is.
Yeah,
and I salute him for that. The NBA, I give credit. They adopted hip hop probably in the early '90s, and it's always just been a thing. The NFL, you know what I mean? But to see Deion and some of the guys that he's bringing in, like I told you, it's like, can that be a distraction for some of these kids? Like, do we really need Lil Wayne on campus? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what
day before the game.
Yeah,
I don't know. Some of the pregame antics, like him showing the watch, and I'm like, you know what I mean? You were born rich. Your dad's prime time.
Yeah.
This dude over here, man, he ain't got nothing to go home to. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So I'm like, I hope maybe they tone it down a little bit.
They just seem really sensitive. Like it seems like anytime anybody says anything, it's like, oh, it's personal now. Like,
the lie on Matt Rule. Let's talk about that. Like, I've never heard
weak,
Matt.
Rule.
I mean, the dude's a PK. We call them PKs, preacher's kids.
Yeah.
Like, the dude ain't got that in him. I never heard him in one interview say anything bad about none of y'all.
No.
And then you come up with this bullshit.
Yeah, that's what it just seems so manufactured all the time.
Yeah, I was like,
and then they're like, oh, they were standing on the buffalo, and
they were praying.
Well, Matt Rule's like, well, we invited him to pray with us. And it's like, Why are you
on,
mad
man.
about that?
Stop, man. That I don't like. So
Oh, and he's like, I care about that Buffalo. It's like, dude,
you just got here.
the only
motherfucker.
reason you're at Colorado is because your dad's at Colorado. Like
You
you
just
would,
got here,
like
motherfucker.
you would have gone to whatever school your dad went to.
If you knew it wasn't gonna work out for you here, say they did have a QB1 at Colorado, and he was the shit. Deion wasn't going there and getting rid of that dude, even for his son.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Deion ended up at Florida State, his kid would be quarterback at Florida State right now, and he'd be talking about how much he cares about the Seminole
Yeah,
logo.
you just
like,
got here, man. Shut
yeah,
up with
like,
that shit. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. I don't like that.
and that's kind of, I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at. Where that's like where my problem with football's going is like it just feels like they just feel like mercenaries out there, like dudes for hire that are just there. Like they don't really care about where they play. They just want to get into the NFL, like which is fine. Like kids wanted to get in the NFL
That's
whole
the
time.
goal. That is the goal. That's your ultimate
That
goal.
should always be the goal, but it's like that's literally all you care. Like you just want to be on a good
Like
team.
you're
that's-
willing to skip some steps
I mean, not even skip steps, but like,
or not take the proper steps.
yeah, I don't even
Maybe
know.
tough it out here, kid, a little bit. Build some
Yeah,
character.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's like,
It's hard to explain. I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
it's not even about the toughness. It's just like,
Because I think they deserve to be paid
I just play for a school you care about.
and stay there.
Like, play for a school you actually care about instead of like, whatever's, I don't know. None of it's any of my business, anyways. And it's like,
Commitment and loyalty.
that's just how it's gonna go, especially with the money now, the NIL and stuff. Like, it's gonna be like, that's what like Runza shouldn't be in meetings. Like, we need to get Jeff Sims here. How much money are you gonna give us to try to get Jeff Sims? Like that, I don't like that.
And that's where I was 50, and I guess I'm still 50-50 with the nil.
Yeah, like
Bill.
come here because you like the school and you think you can help us win.
Right. Whether it be because of our winning tradition, history, whatever.
Because you like the stadium, because you like the
You like the
fans, because you like the
coaches.
coach, because you like that new practice facility that's pretty fucking nice. Like, but like whatever reason it is, like have it be besides like
Money.
money.
And everybody remember Saban? What was that? A couple years ago. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of easy. It's kind of
Yeah, but
Coming
it's,
to
I
light.
mean that's tough too because I think they should get paid too.
coming to light what he said, and I wasn't angry with him.
Yeah.
It's true. What like they luring these kids in with this
Yeah.
fucking money.
Uh-huh.
Period.
Yeah, but they should make money.
But they should make money. I definitely agree. Like I said, if you got a stadium, let's say Tennessee, 111,000, and you got 20,000 people in here with my jersey on at $100 a
Mhm.
pop, hey, that's mine, right? At least half of that they're here to see me.
Mm-hmm.
At least get a kid his jersey sales.
Mhm.
But and maybe I need to research it a little more. Like, how are you giving these kids? Like, are you giving them fucking checks every Monday?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, how are you giving these kids this money? Like, is it going towards a scholarship, class? Like, or are you just giving these kids stone cold cash
I don't know.
to where maybe football's on the back burner for them? They got bread now, right? We talking 18, 19-year-old fucking 20 kids. Like, I know how I acted when I got my first knot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But if everybody else is getting rich, they should get some. They
Definitely should get paid.
they should make money too. And it's kind of makes it easier to criticize them. You know, like
Ooh, I
like
didn't
when
look at
like
it
when I'm
that.
mad. Like before, it's like, well, they're a kid and they're playing just because they love to be here or whatever. But that's not what it is anymore.
I didn't look at it
Like Jeff Sims isn't here because he loves Nebraska.
No. Probably never even fucking heard of Nebraska. Kids from what? Georgia?
I don't know.
East Coast somewhere?
I have no-
Florida?
I have no idea.
Maybe he had.
I would.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm sure he's heard of Nebraska, but like he didn't come to Nebraska because he loved like the black shirts or Tommy Frazier. Like he's like, I want to be like Tommy Frazier. Like he don't care about that.
No.
He came because Runza and Amigos and Acres and whatever put together a bag for him and said, if you can get this kid here, he can have this much money.
Yeah, because I definitely see his face around town. Like,
Yeah.
the kid's getting his bag. Definitely getting his bag. Handsome
Yeah,
dude,
and that
too.
was all like predetermined. It's
all predetermined.
yeah. That's the only reason he's here. If it wasn't going to be like that, he wouldn't have come here. And that's why they had to get rid of Casey Thompson because like we invested a bunch of money in this kid, which makes it easier for me to be like, you're getting like you make more money than I do, like by far, and you should be able to catch a snap. And I'm like, I feel like it's easier to criticize.
I see where you go. Yeah.
You know, because that's why it's easy to criticize in the NFL. Because
Yeah,
I do it when I'm playing Madden all the time. Like my wife hears me in there, like you get paid millions of fucking dollars,
To do
and that
this.
hits you in the hands. Like you catch the ball.
That's
Like,
what you do.
you make money to catch the ball. Like, you make money now to get the snap and hand it to somebody. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't even get the snap and hand it off to somebody without it ended up on the ground, like, that's a problem. But then also, they already invested all this money, so you can't bench him because the money's already been spent, and you already got him here, and you already told him he was going to play. And
Will we start seeing fines on the college level?
I don't know, man.
It'll be
I'm more worried
that-
about who's going to start next week. Honestly, I think Harburg having a really good game put Matt Rule in a really bad spot.
really good,
Actually.
but maybe like I said back in the 90s, our quarterback
Yeah, it's good to have
controversies were good.
good to have a couple people that can do it, but
That can do
now he needs to decide like do you play Harburg? And then if Jeff Sims is still hurt for next week and you play Harburg against Louisiana Tech and he has
busts ass.
he has an amazing game, and like, who do you play for Michigan? That's tough, man. But that's why Matt Rule makes way more money than me too, because he gets to make those decisions. That's tough.
I see a lot of coaches, like, and it's not that you want to hurt this kid's feelings. It's just come over here for a couple plays. Let me holler at you. We'll reevaluate the situation, and maybe we'll think about getting you back in.
Well,
there.
and it's
But
also
I see
like
coaches like they're scared to hurt. Like
you can't have endless chances, man. Like if you fumble the snap, like, okay, don't do it again. You fumble the snap again, like, okay, don't do it again for real. Like, we're gonna lose the game. You do it a third time, it's like, hey, dude, like, you have to stop.
you got to know this. Yeah, you got to know this. I didn't see him pouting or anything, but
No, and he looked yesterday. He was like super. So every time Harburg scored, he was like
great teammate,
super excited.
He said,
for
looks
him
like a
and
great kid.
Yeah,
bro, you gotta.
Oh, and none of this is even his fault. It's like, it's not his fault he has this much attention on him. It's not his fault he's getting all that money. It's not his fault that shit's not going so well. It's not his fault that he had to play 2 super hard away games.
Again. Like,
so none of this.
Your old Indian lady out in California said, I hear they're not even any good. Okay, say what you want to say, all the naysayers about Nebraska. But we're still fucking Nebraska. There's still a lot of people that remember that old Nebraska. Our ticket's always gonna fucking sell.
Yeah.
We're still fucking Nebraska. Period.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes this week.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We'll
But
see who starts and stuff.
I got confidence in the kid. I'm not sure where I am with Matt Rule. I don't know if I've ever made a decision on him.
I like him.
Seems like a great guy.
He says all the right stuff.
Says all the right things.
And it seems like he does all the right stuff. And I do believe when he says like where they're like, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to keep doing what we're doing because this is going to work. He's like, I know it's going to work.
And see, and that's what lured me back in Saturday. I heard him say something, and I put it in my words, and I said it earlier. Deion's has to be a now guy.
Yeah.
Because he's Deion. He's prime. Like, he was just the face of Madden last year, 23. You know what I mean? There's 8-year-olds that know who prime is. You know what I'm saying? Matt Rule, I'm a future guy. You know what I mean? Living in the now got me in a lot of shit.
Well, and it just jives better with Nebraska.
That's what I said. Deion maybe.
Like, if Deion comes in here and does the stuff the way he did it, everybody in here is fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Everybody's mad.
And it's not even a racial thing.
No. They're mad. Like,
that ain't the vibe.
If Deion
here.
came in here and he was like, you guys all got to get packing because I got my own people
That
coming,
ain't the vibe.
everybody's fucking mad.
Our walk-on program, shit, we just got that back. You know what I mean? I can't remember who destroyed it. Riley, I think it was, that got rid of our walk-on program. One of them jerks. But, like, we're probably one of the most storied college football programs that has the walk-on program. We got dudes in the NFL that were fucking walk-ons. And you come in here and you say, we ain't doing that no more. Or you get rid of the black shirts. Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah, it ain't.
Yeah, so.
Nah. I don't think it would have been a racial thing at all in Nebraska.
Nah, it just wouldn't have been a good fit.
It wouldn't have been a good fit. Urban Meyer would not have been a good fit.
No.
The shit that he would have brought with him
Yeah.
to rural Midwest Nebraska, them moms out there on them farms wouldn't
really
go with that
he
shit.
seems like a good fit. And I
Right.
know he makes the farmer crowd happy. I know he makes the religious folks happy, which is like a big deal around here.
Preacher's
Not
kid.
necessarily for me, but I just like the stuff he's saying.
I just found that out
Yeah.
I think last week that he was a
Yeah.
preacher's kid, and I was like, oh, no wonder that podium
Yeah.
is a sanctuary to him.
Yeah, I like the stuff he's saying, and it seems like all the stuff he's saying it's just true. And he shoots you straight, and he tells you exactly what's going on, and he just does what he says he's gonna do.
Mike Riley was hard to listen to,
Yeah,
or before that, Bo Pelini was just fuck all y'all. I don't want to be here. Mike Riley was just hard to listen to. The dude talked in riddles.
yeah,
Scott Frost was probably fucking drunk on the podium, but this
Probably.
dude is straightforward.
and I like what he's saying. And they're like, "How are you gonna fix this?" And then he tells them, he says exactly what he's gonna do. Not like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna have to work on it." Like he said, like he tells them exactly like how he's gonna work on it.
It's just that recruiting.
Yeah,
You got to get that personnel in here.
yeah. Anyways, that's all the time we got for this week.
Go Big
But,
Red.
Yeah, good talk. We didn't really get to talk about the season yet so far, but yeah, go Big Red, dude. Louisiana Tech. It'll be a. Hopefully, we'll. I mean, honestly, no offense to Louisiana Tech. Hopefully, we'll beat the shit out of them.
I need 60-3, man.
Hopefully, we'll beat the absolute shit out of them.
Fuck that conservative shit, man. Those types of teams, you're supposed to get them
Yeah.
out of the way, man.
Yeah, and they're
It
getting
just-
probably a couple million to be there, so
Right.
that's cool for them.
Again,
but-
the money game. That's what it's for.
but yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. Sorry about the extended break, but shit happens, man. Real life is
Life happens.
Real life is a real thing. Anyway, hope your lives have all been good. Hope you guys take a vacation if you need to. Go to Disney. Go to like Orlando or something. Kind of want to go to the Harry Potter thing.
That's where they
Go see Hogwarts and shit. you know?
Orlando wouldn't be a bad place to visit.
I don't know if the Hogwarts thing is in Orlando or not. Anyway, thanks for listening. Tell everybody about us. Check us out on our socials, mostly Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called now. Most importantly, tell your friends to listen to us. Tell them where to find us. Send them a link. Let's get some of that organic growth. I guarantee they'll love our show just as much as you do. Have a great week. See you guys later.